Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the American Magpie. We are live here, and we're going to talk about this is the first ever transfer show. So, we have a great show today, man. I appreciate everybody coming on. Smash the like button. It's really important for you to smash the like button. Let me know what's happening. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, let me know. So, and I will, of course. I don't know it all, but regardless, I will try to answer them as best as I can. There's a few rumors right now going on with the club. Few players that might join, some players that might leave, some players that are gonna, surprise you that they're even, their names are coming around. So we're gonna talk about Callem Wilson potentially leaving the club. We're gonna talk about De Gea possibly coming onto the club for the Bravka or as a backup goalkeeper, as well as Ramsdale from Arsenal. He would like to join as well. He wouldn't mind coming to Newcastle United, as well as Kalvin Phillips, who is the biggest name right now that's rumored with the club. We're going to talk about if that's enough. Is that going to be enough for us in the midfield? I think he's a good player, but we still have a few more things to sort out before we can say that we had a good transfer window. We don't know yet what's going to happen though. So regardless, keep that in mind. We just don't know exactly what's going to happen. Let me know if the sound is good. Let me know if the camera is good. Let me know. I had to use my backup camera because the one before was really freezing up on me. I have Lewis in the background, and if you want to have your say for whatever we're talking about, which is this is the first ever transfer show. So we're going to be talking about potential signings, potential players leaving. So listen up. If you want to come on the show and come your say, this is a call-in show as well for everybody else. The link is in the description below, and you can do so right there and let me know. We are also live on X. So if you are, I would recommend if you are watching on X, come to the YouTube side because we definitely have a lot more content for Newcastle United fans. So, all right, listen, we got to start talking about this one. Um, and it's none other than Kalvin Phillips, of course. Kalvin Phillips is a player that, according to this report, that from the Daily Mail. Now, listen, I'm going to mention a lot of newspapers, a lot of articles, and listen, some of them you might like, some of them you might hate, some of them you might not believe. And in my particular point of view, I don't really care who they come from. I think that these are reputable um, websites and newspapers, to say the least. And I think all of them sell smoke at some point in time. All of them start crap. All of them lie a little bit. All of them. Nobody is a saint here. So I'm not. This channel is not about believing or being one-sided. I don't really give a damn where this stuff comes from, as long as they come from a reputable website. And all of these guys are the Sun, the Daily Mail, One Football. It doesn't matter where they come from, really. Um, whether you like them or not, it is what it is. And for the most part, all of them carry the same information. So regardless of where you get it from, I'm just going to name them, but don't just think that I'm the a one-sided person and I just believe this article. And I'm not into that crap. So I'm just going to name them. And according to the Daily Mail, Newcastle are confident of agreeing a loan deal for Kalvin Phillips at the start of January transfer window after making the Man City man midfielder their top priority really all year. We've been talking about Kalvin Phillips, so keep that in mind. They want to sign him on loan from Manchester City this January. They want to get it done now. They don't want to have to wait. They want to get it done now. And they are hopeful of getting the deal sealed at the start of the transfer window. That's one thing. Oh man, I have to go back down in 1 second, but I'm gonna leave Lewis talking. I want to bring him on. Lewis, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Well, and a very good morning from the UK.
Yeah, man, you're yes, it's pretty. It's like a little bit past midnight, 30 minutes past midnight, 32
Mhm.
minutes to be specific. But let me know what you think about Calvin Phillips. I have to go downstairs real quick and I'll be right back. But
Yeah,
take over the show, bro. What
yeah,
what do you think Calvin Phillips is it good? What do you even agree that he should come? Is he going to be a fix? What are your thoughts, bro?
uh, yeah. As Chris goes down just to get something, Callum Phillips probably be one. okay signing to do, but obviously £7.5 million loan deal for 6 months is a bit too much. But it'd be a good fit until we get Santo Tonali back. This is obviously because we are struggling with injuries. It's hard, but it is hard to say. But if we do get Phillips in, it'd be all right. But is that the situation we really need? I don't think so. But it's one of those things we just need to get players in the door. But yeah, it'd be okay. It's just, it is hard to say because we don't know who's coming back, who's injured. But I think if we do get Phillips in, it'd be all right. I don't know what else to say.
What's up, brother?
Whew. Yeah, I just said a couple of things about Phillips and that.
Yeah, we'll go to some comments real quick. Man, I had to go help my wife out real quick, and I had to run upstairs. I'm out of shape. You can tell that.
Yeah, because of one thing, the shirt what I'm wearing, it's the obviously the third shirt, but it's the pros edition.
Oh damn! I'm not even on the camera. There we go.
Yeah. But, with the obviously I know this is the transfer show.
Hey Ryan, hold on. Ryan is in the background, so let me know when you're ready, brother, and then I'll put you on. My goodness, I'm winded.
That's fine. Like because you think like this is the Fanta in the UK. You see how totally different color it is to the Fanta in America.
That's a Fanta. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is insane. Listen, Kalvin Phillips. I know you gave your thoughts. I mean, I think it would be a great addition to have him. To be honest with you, to have him on the team, but I don't think that he is a deal breaker or he is someone that. I mean, I would be excited to say the least, but I'm not going to go crazy jumping up and down. This is a kid that still needs to be, to a certain extent, tried and see what happens with the club. I want to go to some comments before I add Ryan on. He's in the background. I want to know if he's ready or not. Big up says Ozan says, Joe, big up American Magpie. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for tuning in from the ATL, Atlanta. I think you've been to Atlanta, haven't you, Lewis?
No, I want to go. I really want to go.
Gotcha. Ozan says it's a good night for me. Both Arsenal and Spuds lost. Who do you follow, by the way? Are you a Chelsea fan? I would assume you're a Chelsea fan, Ozan.
Yeah. Like, how did you see the scores today?
Actually, I will tell you this. I have not been paying attention much this week.
I tell you the scores from. I
got them right here. I got them right here now that I pulled it up. That you said that. I know that people are laughing because Arsenal lost against West Ham. Me, I'm always looking at from the Newcastle perspective, and I don't like it because West Ham is now in the mix. I don't want them to get any more points. Arsenal are far away from us, so I'd rather them get points. In this situation, I'm not pleased on how that turned out, to be honest with you. And I am happy about Brighton beating Tottenham. I think that's a great score for us. To keep them at bay, to keep them close to us, even though they're still about, I think, 4 or 5 points away. So, just keep that in mind. And, of course, Manchester City getting the job done at Everton. Wolves, that really doesn't, the bad result for us was Manchester United, Aston Villa. I think a tie would have been great for us, or even in second best score would have been an Aston Villa win, because I know Manchester United is right there in the mix with us as well. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to put apology out here. Sorry, I didn't get a video for you when we got beat
What do you
against
mean? Oh,
Forest.
a video. Yeah, no, you're good, man. You're good. No worries, bro. No worries.
I
I
did get
know
the
it.
video. I did get the goal for the penalty, but then after when we went 3-1, I said, after when we got beat, I said, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that anyways, man. Um, hey, Ryan, are you backstage, bro?
you should be.
Are you there?
There's
Let me add
Ryan.
you on to.
Yeah, I'm here. Just 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll just keep talking about this. Smash the like button, please, people. Smash the like button. It helps us a lot. That's the only way the channel grows. That's your only job, is to smash the like button some way or another. That way you show that you like it. Lewis, if you haven't already done so, please, brother, smash the like button, of course, on your phone or whatever. However, you
Oh,
can do it as well.
1 second.
Yes.
There might be some. There might. Hang on. I'm just going. I'm liking it. Yep, I just like this now.
There you go, sir. There you go. There you go. Appreciate that. And of course, everybody needs to like. That's everybody's job. If you're a Newcastle fan, smash the like button. It helps us a whole lot. You have no idea. That's the only way you can help us. And you see it right there on the bottom ticker. And comment, of course. I really want to know your comments. I really want to know your comment. Listen,
Yeah. And
Kalvin Phillips.
it's free to like. It
It's free
doesn't
to
cost.
like.
Yes.
It doesn't cost you anything. If you're a magpie and you like the content, there's no reason why you shouldn't like the video. Just do us a favor, get it done as soon as you get on the stream. But Calvin Phillips being a top priority for the team, um, does that concern you a little bit? Because I feel like, man, it's Calvin Phillips is the number one priority for Newcastle. I feel a little bit. I don't know. Like I feel like he should be somebody that you are looking to add, but I don't think that should be the number one target for Newcastle. I know that January is not a window to get many signings,
Yeah,
but I feel
yeah,
like you
but
need to get ready for next season, some way or another.
yeah, but like, have you seen there is a loan, we have to pay a loan deal from.
Yeah, with Calvin Phillips, the best thing right now, and it's a good thing for Newcastle as well, getting them on loan, and also because you're basically trying them out, see how it works. If you like them, then you buy them. If not, then you have that chance. But I think that the reason why it's happening is because the FFP rule, that we're not able right now to buy really very many players, because we have the money, but we just don't have we're not in regulation when it comes to that gap that we need to have between earning profit, whatever, however that stuff
Yeah,
works.
yeah, but
So
obviously with Kalvin Phillips coming, if we do get him, obviously we know there was rumours going around. It's £7.5 million loan deal we have to pay Man City for. But I don't know how much that is in dollars, because obviously when I'm in the UK, obviously everything's in Great British pounds. I don't know how much to be in Canadian dollars. Like, whatever currency you use, I only use Great British pounds because obviously I'm from the UK.
yeah, no doubt, bro. Also says audio and video are crisp. Laurent, I'm gonna add Ryan onto the stream. That's a nice jersey right there, man. Big up to you, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you guys doing?
I'm
Doing good,
fine. How are
doing good.
you?
Doing good. Laurent says Phillips needs the magic touch of how Pep has crushed him. There was an athletic pressing beast who played on reaction versus precision. If he can channel his Bielsismo, he'll be fine. I don't know what Bielsa has to do with this, so I'm not 100%. But regardless, I think that Calvin Phillips could be a great add-on, but I don't think that he is somebody that we need to be just dying over. I mean,
I agree.
what do you think, Ryan?
No, I agree completely. I feel like the whole entire league is just drooling over City players. Look at Palmer. Look at Sterling. Look at all these guys that are just going City rejects. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need more like a solid tank six, like a tank six. That's
Yeah,
my.
and I don't necessarily have a problem with Sterling. I mean, not Sterling. I'm sorry, Calvin Phillips. I think that he can. he could be a good addition, but we need to be looking at other players. And I understand that this is January. I know that it's not the, I guess it's not the time to bring in big names, but you have to start getting ready for next season because you're not going to sign every single player that you want and need in next summer. You're not going to have the time. You got to start working on that now and to try to salvage this season, which I think we still have a lot of opportunities to do so. Uh, to get into maybe European football, maybe top six, maybe
Mhm.
maybe sixth spot, fifth spot, fourth spot. That would be amazing again, and hopefully we can perform better on the FA Cup, and we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I mean, yeah, that's one of the names that's really really close right now.
Yeah,
Um,
but obviously we know it's going obviously because in January normally clubs charge you a bit more because they don't want to lose players in January.
right.
They normally pay like a five. They charge you 5 or 10% more on the player than they normally would do in like the
Yeah,
summer transfer window.
yeah, 100%. I want to go to. I'm gonna share. Let me see how I can share it. My screen because there was a comment on the. I did a stream earlier today. I just decided to come on, not necessarily. I just wanted to talk or something, and but some of the comments on there because oh crap. Actually, there was one comment that I can read that says from PK NUFC that says, "I think we can write off this season as a learning year. I think long-term injuries are a big factor. If they were short-term, I reckon we would have managed with them. But if you have the amount we have had, you are going to struggle to have a great season. Would have liked to have seen Anderson have progressed, but instead he broke his back. Miley has been a gem so far. Champions League was canny too. All the best to Americas, and have a great new year. Uh, I, I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
hang on. I just tell you, if people don't know what canny means, it means two things. It means very good
Yeah,
or something else. It's just like we see that's canny good. Well, it means
yeah.
it's very good. It's just one of those.
And listen, and I think that comment is fair. But I'm not happy with just writing this season off as a learning year. I mean,
Mhm.
listen, man.
Yeah, me
I,
neither.
I think we can just reword phrases, and that would probably be better. Uh,
Who are we missing?
because, huh?
Who are we missing due to injury? But it's like that, we have our strongest
Yeah.
lineup besides Tenali. We've been doing bad with Pope and goal. Besides Tenali, like that's our strongest lineup, and we've been bad.
We're missing Willock. That's a player that. So there's only a few, right? I mean that
Yeah,
were really
Jacob Murphy.
Jacob Murphy again. Jacob Murphy and Joe Willock. Those would be the two players to me that we really missing. But I don't think that we really. I don't know, man. At some point in time, some changes have been questionable, and I think that is a big reason as to why we've lost some of these games. If you actually look at every match in particular and look at every match differently, then you're going to see some defects some decisions that we made that we shouldn't have made. That is not because of injuries. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think that's where it goes. But then injuries, of course, have been a factor. So, but you can't say that's everything because if not, then that is in writing off a season for a club, if you want to be a big club, only small clubs do that stuff. Only small clubs. And I'm
And
not gonna go in that, in that
I
right.
or do I have to blame our medical staff for bringing players
That
back
is
too
true.
early?
That could be too. And that could be, yeah, that very well could be. You got to take a look at that, of course. Ozan says, I just clocked that y'all have an old fashioned tinyware derby for the FA Cup. That is true. We have
No, it's actually technically it's a weird Tyne derby because it's in Sunderland. If it was in Newcastle, it'd
yeah.
be a Tyne and Weir derby, but it's a weird Tyne derby because it's played in Sunderland.
Yeah, yeah. So it is played in Sunderland.
Yes, it's at
Ah,
as
damn it.
as Newcastle fans call it, the stadium was shite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I
Oh,
mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. But like, I think Ryan and I agree on this. Yesterday, we were saying it. I think it's cool. I think it's got the derby situation is good, is great, but we should be able to beat a mid-table championship team. We shouldn't really be struggling You know what I mean? Or thinking that we're going to struggle. If we can't beat a mid-table championship team, we have issues.
Yeah, I said this on like a Newcastle of a YouTube stream like yesterday for me, earlier on for you today. I said, why not? I don't care what people say. Why not play the kids against Liverpool and play a full strength team against Sunderland?
Yeah.
Because for me, we know we're going to get beat against Liverpool away anyway.
I'm sorry about that.
That's
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
Just play the kids against Liverpool, and because the derby is more important to the Newcastle fans.
No, but like, see, I think, yeah, you're right. It should be important, but we have bigger fish to fry, man. You know what I mean? We need to win it. Don't get me wrong. We need to win against Sunderland. That's a must. And if we don't, then some things it's not going to be good. I guarantee you that. But I mean, finishing in a better position in the Premier League is a lot better. It's a lot more important. And of course, advancing in the FA Cup is more important, and that's why we got to do it. We got to beat them. But look, regardless, this month coming up, January is not going to be an easy match. I mean, easy month. Just I'm telling you, I don't even know who we can beat at this point. I think that Aston Villa is a feasible team if you just look at both teams, but they're going to be at home. We're going to be away. They got a great record at home. We have the worst record away, and so it just doesn't look like, you know what I mean, like it would be feasible for us to get. We could at least get a point. Maybe we could try to get a point at Anfield. That would be great. But then it looks like, it depends. But I think that Manchester City at home would be, to me, the easier of them all, if you can choose that word, because it's not the City of old, and you're at home. So if you add those two condiments, you might be able to get a win. Big up to Julio Mejia, who just subscribed to the channel, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being on. Smash the like button if you haven't already done so, please. It helps us a lot. And but what are you guys' thoughts on this month for Newcastle, man? I'll start with Ryan, if you don't mind. What what do you think about it?
We got Villa, we got Liverpool,
and we got Manchester City at home.
City at home.
Liverpool away and Villa away. And then we got Sunderland away, but that's a different tournament. But still, makes it a tougher month.
That should be a given with our quality and their quality. But like I said, he might play some younger players. He might, save our some players for the weekend. But Liverpool for Villa, it's gonna be a hard game. They're in good form. I'm still gonna lean on us, but with the Bravkin goal, you never feel really safe.
And we're gonna talk about that.
It doesn't really give you that security that Pope gives you.
Well, but there's a reason why he's a backup goalkeeper, though. You got to have a backup for some reason. I mean, unless you want to have Karius, and that I don't know about that.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the minute, because we've got so many injuries, we're having two goalkeepers on the bench. Like a couple, before we had all these injuries, one game we had 3 goalkeepers on the bench for a Premier League game. You go, how often can you say you won a game, but you had 3 goalkeepers on the bench? That proves, I said this, we knew we were going to struggle in the league with the Champions League football,
right?
Because our squad depth is not that great.
Yeah,
we need. Go on, Ryan.
I think Eddie Howe thought these players were better than what they actually are. I think that's what he thinks, and
that I think I could agree with that. I think that getting up to top 4 that was good, but I don't think that you can do it again with these guys.
By no attacking options in the summer, he really thought they were better than they were.
Yeah,
just it shows.
But look, at some point in time, you still gotta be loyal to some of these guys to a certain extent, but that's just to a certain extent. You can see that things are not going well when you trust Longstaff again as a starter. When you put Byrne to play against Ilanga, it's just not going to work. You need other players, and I think that that's where the learning curve needs to be, and you got to learn. If not, then you have a problem, in my opinion. Olsen says Villa at Villa Park have the best home record in the Premier League, and we must have the second best. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty even, but our away record is horrible.
Yeah,
And
but like I gotta say something to this as well. Congratulations to Sean Longstaff and his girlfriend.
Baby.
oh, they got a
Yeah.
baby. They're gonna have a baby coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I got a baby coming up too. So, listen, I'm gonna have three. I'm gonna have three. That's not gonna be good for me.
Hang on, that could be another name you could put down, Sean.
No. I'm not naming. I like Longstaff, but I'm not naming my kid up. He ain't that good, man. I'm not naming my kid. He's good, but he ain't that good. Big up Ian Davidson from X or Twitter commenting. He just followed me as well, so I appreciate you, brother. He says Derby Day to say we play younger players. Definitely not. He says definitely not.
Definitely not.
But we heard there's a rumor going around.
He wants to go all four. He wants to go all four.
Well, that's the thing.
But have you seen? There's some rumors going around. Who's going to the game?
Who's going to the game?
Who?
Pickford, Jordan Pickford, who used to play for Sunderland. He plays for Everton. As we call him, because obviously he plays for Sunderland, we call him T Dinosaur Arms.
Oh man, really?
We call him Dinosaur Arms. Like every time we play Everton at Goodison Park or St James, everybody brings up blow up dinosaurs and like he says, you can't. You will. There's a chance in. Yeah.
He reminds me. Pickford reminds me of Dubravka, but he's just better. Pickford's just a better goalkeeper, but he's has a small figure just like Dubravka. I don't feel.
Yeah. Like, but this is the thing. This what people. It's a bit funny. Newcastle fans hate him when he plays against them, plays against us. But when he plays for England, we love him.
I'd rather poke.
Yeah,
that's funny. He has a good record for England. Does Pickford?
Yeah, he's actually a decent goalkeeper for England.
Yeah, bad things about him for England.
He's okay, but he's not the best goalkeeper. But he's one of the better goalkeepers.
All right. Okay, so Kalvin Phillips is there. We'll see what happens. According to the Daily Mail and also the Sun, he is the #1 option right now for Newcastle. But let's move on with the transfer show, man. The PIF could make a decision to sell Eddie Howe's, one of Eddie Howe's favorite players, according to OneFootball and Caught Offside, the website Caught Offside. They say that they might be selling the 31-year-old forward, Callem Wilson, in order to make some room for this FFP deal, whatever, situation. I don't know. I really don't care about finances and money, but we still gotta mention it. And yeah, so the thing is, and because also he's been really injury prone, in his career, and he's just, I don't know. I guess he's not really fulfilling their expectations, and to say that he's one of Eddie Howe's favorite players, and that this is rumored, that means that the PIF and the people that they got in charge have a lot to say when it comes to signing players and when it comes to letting go of players. So it's not just Eddie Howe making every single decision. There are other clubs that are run like that. And what are you guys' thoughts? Should Callem Wilson stay? Should he be sold away and try to see another striker? And maybe bring Wood back.
No, I don't care about the hat trick. Wilson shouldn't go. He shouldn't go till this summer if he has to. If he's not performing, but we're bad at them. He's bad, and that makes him bad. Isak can create from nothing. Wilson needs a team, and that team is lacking right now.
Right.
To be fair, I'd rather Newcastle sell Miggy.
Miggy needs to go.
Even though I love Miggy.
Ah, man. Me too.
I love Miggy because obviously when he came, he was like, it took a while for him to kick start, but now last season he was probably one of our better players. But this season, he's one of our worst players. The reason is, I don't understand this. Why not swap Gordon and Mickey to the opposite wings?
Who? Oh, Gordon and Miggy?
Yeah, swap them around.
When I will say that when we played Manchester United in the Carabao Cup, when he played because of an injury, he played on the left side. He was actually really good, and he never played that again.
The reason is because he doesn't have a right. No, he doesn't have one. He doesn't have a right foot.
A right foot, yeah. So he wouldn't. He would be
because if you watch him, he's running down, stopping, turning, and crossing, passing it back. Why not whip it in from the opposite?
Here's my thing. You could be one-sided, but you have to be very good on your one side. He showed that last season, but it's really weird how he's not consistent with him. Like, look at Arjen Robben. He was a one-sided player. He cut in just left foot every fucking time.
Yeah,
but
no, that is true.
But been perfected that craft by now. He's so.
I will say this though, man, because this is kind of like, if you really think about it, how can a professional footballer not be able to pass with his weak foot? Like, we're talking about real professional football, man. It's not. At some point in time, you got to start working on your game, bro. Like, you know, it can't be that you are completely limp when you play with your weak foot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that point. I really don't. Ian Davidson says, listen in, what is it? YARL? Yarl? What is that? Listen. Well, I don't know what it is, but he must be English. So big up to you, Ian. He says 15th December. I was told Phillips' deal was almost done for early January. Yeah, and it looks like it might be. It looks like it might be done, or it might be close to being done. To be fair with you, actually 2 weeks ago, we had a show, and I had a report that said that he preferred to go to Juventus because he thought that would give him a better shot to making the Euros and the England national team. I don't know how true that was. I also said that if that's what he wants, it is what it is. I'm not going to be crying over Phillips. He either wants to come or not. And so, but today and yesterday, the rumors came out again that yes, he more than likely is going to happen. Manchester City definitely wants him out. That's a 100% situation. And I don't think that he's a bad player just because he didn't play well at Manchester City. You know, it's just the way it is. Pep has his way of thinking as well, and he is a stubborn guy, and he's been great. So most people won't really question him. And so at a certain, just because he doesn't play though, doesn't mean that he's a bad player. So just keep that in perspective. But you were saying, we were talking about Callem Wilson. So did you finish your point, Ryan? You said that he shouldn't go. Is that right?
Yeah, that's my point.
So he should be the backup, or do you think he should even get?
I rate him over Solanke. Like, Wilson has always been a good servant to Newcastle. You know? He has a good ball game, but he needs a team with him. He's not like a lone like striker like Isak, who's just creative. He needs, when we're firing, he could be very useful for us as a weapon. So
now Solanke is a nice young talent too, though. I mean, well, 26, and I mean, it's not. I mean, he's right there. But yeah, he's playing at Bournemouth. He didn't make it at Liverpool. Didn't make it at Chelsea. I mean, you can take that in consideration. But I mean, yeah, if you make me choose, I would probably choose Callum Wilson, just because I know what he brings to the table. But Lewis, what do you think about Callum Wilson potentially leaving the club?
I still like having like Callum Wilson and Alexander Isak, because at least if we still have a backup, if we need to, we can play two up front.
Right.
Like, or we can have one up front and one just sitting behind.
Yeah, play two strikers. I mean, because actually, I will say this: as crazy as it was, I mean, I knew Isak's game. I watched La Liga too, so I watched them at Real Sociedad. But man, I don't. I was really impressed with the way he was playing, like a left wing. You know, with you weren't impressed.
He's mad. Isak is mad.
Yeah, bro. Like it was crazy. He was just dribbling, and he is 6'2". He might not look it because he's skinny, but he's 6'2" and long legs. You know, maybe not the strongest guy, But he's just finesse, man, pure finesse. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna go down in history.
What was that?
That Everton run is gonna go down in history.
Yeah. I mean, I think that he's definitely our striker, 100%. The only problem is the injuries. You know, he's got to stay healthy, man. That is the
Yeah, but he
thing.
was never like that. He always had injuries. You know what I'm saying? He always was injury prone and stuff.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, can you really sustain your striker to be out for long periods of time? You know, he might come back 2 games, leave 2 games. Then that's not necessarily something that that's really good. Um, but big up Ian Davison on X that says playing time is key to the player's choice, and he's a northern lad. Um, can't afford his wages. Are we talking about Callem Wilson? No, he's not talking about Callem Wilson. Who is it?
It'd be Phillips.
Oh wait, Kalvin Phillips is northern. Yeah, he's from Leeds, right? Or no?
Yeah, but let's say that with the loan deal, we will pay a percentage of the loan. Like no, we pay a percentage of his wage, and said you would pay a percentage of his wage as well. When at least we're not paying for the full amount.
Right. Yeah, well, I think Manchester City also wants them out, so they'll try to do a deal. I don't think they will mind. I mean, they were already paying him fully and not playing him, so I think they can make a deal with that. Ian says Wilson will stay with us. Well, we'll see. I don't know. The FFP situation is there as well, and I mean they have to make a decision. We are looking for you, the versatile forward for the versatile forward. I mean, Isak is one of them. We got one. But I think that it just depends on how you want to play and what the future for Newcastle is as far as the playing style. Because if you want to stay with what we're doing with 2 wingers and a striker, then you can do that. But obviously, Miguel Almiron is not getting it done. So you got to figure out whether he's the guy or somebody else. And then Anthony Gordon, I like his talent, and more than likely, I would say keep him. And obviously, we just got him from Everton, so I mean, it would be it wouldn't make sense to sell him. But just know that he hasn't really been killing this season off. Like he hasn't been really. I think he's been playing better than Almiron, but Almiron has been playing really bad. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
The Brits really love Gordon. I feel like he could do no wrong in their eyes, but he's been honking.
Yeah.
No.
Big up Newcastle stand as well. Jay says Wilson is leaving because of FFP. So yeah, that's a point of view right there. That's well taken. Solanke is rumored for Newcastle as well. That's something that you got. I don't necessarily have an article open up for him. I looked and looked, but I figured that if he would have made it to the big newspapers, then we probably have something close to just being a rumor. And we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So we're gonna move on from Kalvin Phillips. We got Callem Wilson. I mean, I would keep him in Newcastle, but he can't be your starter. He like Ryan said, he needs good form team for him to be able to thrive. If not, it's going to be really tough. Let's talk about this goalkeeping situation. And it is a situation, or maybe it's not. I think, Ryan, you think that we need a goalkeeper, and De Gea is out there. Could be a good option for Howe, as well as Ramsdale, who wants out. He wants to be a starter. So I'm going to go ahead, Ryan. Let me know your takes on these 2 guys, man. What do you think?
I'm choosing De Gea over Ramsdale.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are they going for? Do you know?
Well, De Gea is free, but you got to agree on his wages. And Ramsdale could be a loan deal, but 30 million pounds, Arsenal man, open to Newcastle transfer with substantial offer to change things. So maybe Arsenal just want to let him go for 30 million pounds, which is not much, I would say, for European football now. But yeah, it's 30 million still. So
yeah, that's a hard decision. I mean, and then we're just waiting for Pope to come back. When did you know when Pope?
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be out for 4 months, and that was like 2-3 weeks ago. So,
like with sorry to put in, but Ramsdale's only 25-year-old,
right?
and that's for a goalkeeper that's young. in the modern day now.
But I would assume that Ramsdale wants to be a starter.
Yeah, like just think.
Yeah.
As most do, but I mean, you listen. We're not gonna fake it here. Players know their level, and I think that Ramsdale, he thinks he's better than Pope. If he comes to Newcastle knowing the situation, he might be thinking, listen, I'm better than Pope, and I'm going to take that job. You know what I mean? So I just think that that's the way it works. But it could create some animosity.
Weren't we looking for somebody better than Pope like a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago?
Some fans say that. Some fans comment all the time, like we need a goalkeeper. Remember that game against Borussia Dortmund? He didn't the way he came out. He punched the ball. It wasn't the greatest, and it cost a goal. So listen, with fans, it goes up and down all the time. But yes, sometimes fans have said that they want a better goalkeeper than Pope.
Yeah.
I don't think that Ramsdale is better than Pope.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like, just think if it did get Ramsdale, imagine how difficult the choice would be for the manager Eddie Howe to pick the goalkeeper for a game, and that could play mind tricks on the opposition as well as it. Who's going to be in goal? Is it going to be Pope? Is it going to be Ramsdale?
Right. Yeah, that would be a situation. You definitely know that Karius is going to think, I'm done. I'm never playing ever again.
To be fair, I'd rather have a blind player in goal and having
Karius
in goal.
That's crazy.
For real? Because of what? The Liverpool stuff?
He'll never live that down, man. I don't think he'll ever live that down.
Reason is 1 second, because the only reason why I don't want him in goal, because I went to the final of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. Was Pope? He was he was fined, or where was he not playing that game? I forgot.
Because he got sent off the week before against Liverpool, straight red card. But it's become confusing. Because if a player gets a red card, if it's a straight red card, the miss 3 games.
Yeah.
But if a goalkeeper gets a straight red card, they only miss 1 game.
Well, I mean, the Premier League confused me because they started giving people 3 game bans because of a red tackle. I mean,
yeah, that is the law.
Yeah,
I think that happens in the MLS. I think they get too much ban in the MLS. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought it was just too, missing the next game and call it a day. But
I explain it. Like 2 yellow cards. If they get 2 yellow cards, that's a 1. 2 yellows equal red. That's a 1 game ban. If they get a straight red. Yep. I'll see you later. I'm getting tired.
Yeah. Ian Davidson says a flat 4-3-3 formation going forward at this present time ain't working at the moment. I mean, that's kind of how he wants to do it, just pressing all the time. And that's the thing. Maybe we don't have the energy. If we're fatigued and we're not, that's the excuse. That's the reason. You can't be playing that high intensity pressing football all the time because you're gonna get tired. You know what I mean? That's not gonna last. So that's my thing. Ian says, "Tell me, lads, who is a goalkeeper that you would bring in?" I mean, I'll let Ryan go next, but I think that I'm okay with Dubravka, but if I had to bring somebody, I would say De Gea. He's free, just got to work on the wages, and he's a proven goalkeeper. I know that Manchester United fans blame him for a lot of things, but I think that he saved their ass for a long period of time that now they're missing. So I think De Gea would be an ideal situation if I have to bring one. So what do you think, Ryan?
No, I agree. Especially if we're just looking for a temporary one, and Ramsdale and De Gea aren't like Ramsdale isn't better than De Gea. Than Pope. So it's in the air really. To me, like the 2 options that we have is not really great ones, so it doesn't even matter. But I'm choosing De Gea.
Yeah, I think the Ramsdale, you got to pay $30 million for him.
Yeah, he's gonna want to start and all that stuff, and we need somebody better than Pope right now if we want to do.
And he's definitely, you can tell with everything going on there, with his dad getting involved in his sacking, it's gonna. It just it just I don't know. It brings a lot of attention that we definitely don't need at this moment. But right here, Newcastle stand says Ramsdale. He says Eddie Howe coached Ramsdale before. Did he now? What did he coach him before? Let me see. Ramsdale, Aaron Ramsdale. Where did he
We're
coach
gonna
him
spend a
before?
lot of money
That would
on
have been
Ramsdale and need a better goalkeeper over the summer. If we do good in the league and we get in
yeah.
like a First League or Europa League, we're not gonna go there with Ramsdale and Pope. We're gonna go there with like a top class goalkeeper.
Okay, so he coached him at Bournemouth, I would assume. Uh, that's where Eddie was at. That's where I would assume that he coached them for. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be, but I think that again, you got to be careful because that attention. What if he doesn't play? What if Pope comes on and he starts every game and then he has to be sacked because Pope is coming back? Then what? His dad is going to come out and
Wait,
that's what you got. That's what you got to be careful, man. If you're a footballer, tell your parents shut the hell up and stay at home and enjoy the damn jacuzzi and the pool that you got in a brand new house. Mind your damn business, man, because you're gonna cost me my damn job. That's just the way it is, bro. You know what I mean? Um, but Ian Davidson says correct with number one. Says Pope is brilliant. Our defense is nervous without him. Yeah, I mean that's expected though. He's been your goalkeeper for a long time, and the defense, the center backs are used to him, and you're gonna have a situation where when you have that. So yeah, man, you just got to move on. It could happen. You see these injury situations, we have an injury. Well, that's part of football. If you're a manager, you need to be training with injuries. You need to be training with 10 players in case somebody gets sent off. When you need to be training with 9 players in case somebody's sent off. This is the job, man. You need to get you need to get the job done. You know what I mean? And so I get it. It's unfortunate that the actually I was trying to find the comment that was made on the video. It was on the full time reaction after the loss against Nottingham Forest, and I didn't respond to him then, but I will respond. I will respond to him live. He commented. Let me just try to find it. Where oh, that was the show. But I will try to find it because he said the guy commented on the video and he said basically um he did the Z. He put a lot of Z's together. Is it like a snoozing after my take on this situation? And I basically asked him, "What does that mean?" I knew what he meant, that he was bored about it or whatever. But I wanted him to explain. And he said, and this is Tony Toon Tours, Tony Toon's Tours. I think he's been on maybe the Toon Review before. Haven't seen him there lately. I think he's been on all these places as well. Maybe he does have a channel. But he said this 2 years ago, we were in relegation fodder. The owner said that we had a lot of work to do, and the club was a long term project. Last season, everyone expected a mid table finish. We finished fourth, got to a cup final, and everyone said we overachieved. We had hardly any injuries last season and basically one match a week. This season, we've had 2 matches a week and a team out injured, and fans are moaning just because we lost a few games. Eddie is here for the project. Amanda has already said they are happy with a mid table finish this season. They understand the problems. It will take another 2 to 3 years to have the squad we need. Relax and enjoy. By the way, I expect nothing at Liverpool. Our record there is our record there is shocking. I've watched Newcastle play on over 80 grounds and love what's happening now. I mean,
we almost beat them last year at their own ground.
we almost beat them last year, but
Well, actually, was it a tie? It was a tie, and then they just won at the last.
they won at the end.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing. I think that Tony Toons, maybe he would like to come on at some point in time and have a talk, have a chat. But a lot of what he said, some things I agree, but some things gives me a loser mentality. You know what I mean? If we were 3 years ago in relegation zone, if we were in relegation zone, if we were in relegation zone again, that's horrible. That's not, that's bad. That's deplorable. We should never be there. Newcastle United should never be relegated, should never fight for relegation. Okay? So that's a bad thing. Let's get back to the normal. Yes, we haven't won a title in 67 years. I'm not saying we need to win titles. Eventually, we'd have to, right? That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? We definitely need to do that. But I'm not going to sit here after a tough loss against Nottingham Forest at home, 3-1, and act as if I'm happy to and I'm just joining the ride. That is nonsense. That's a loser's mentality. That means you're okay with whatever. And Amanda said that we were okay finishing a mid-table team this season. Where is she saying all this? Because I don't see anybody from the front office come out and talk other than Eddie Howe, talking about sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't agree. And I get it because he's a manager. He can't say everything. But mid-table team? I mean, I'm not, listen, bro, if we achieved something last season, we need to try to get close to it, or at least because if you perform well, if you try to perform well, and all of a sudden you do finish sixth, you finish eighth, you finish ninth, 10th. But if you perform well, if you try to do everything right, then I'm okay with that. Eventually, you got to get the job done. Don't get me wrong, because I'm about winning. I'm about winning, and but if I see the team trying, if I see the manager make the right decisions, then there's nothing for me to say because football is football at the end of the day, and anything could happen. But this loss against Luton, this loss against Nottingham Forest at home, this loss against Everton, the loss against Tottenham. I mean, just we played badly, and I'm not going to sit here and act like as if I'm happy to join the ride just because we were in relegation in the relegation battle 3 years ago. What the hell are we talking about? Stop. I ask fans this all the time. You can say, listen, be fair with the team. Don't be an asshole with the team. Relax with your comments. That's your take. You can say that. But don't keep going back to 3 years ago, Mike Ashley, 3 years, 4 years ago, Mike Ashley, 3 years ago, relegation battle. Because the more you say it, I feel like they miss it. I feel like they miss that era. You know what I mean? Because I don't understand why you have to keep going back to that every single time to justify what's happening right now. Eddie Howe can make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. He got the team to a great situation, to a great part of, you know, last season was a great season. I get it. Back to Champions League. We showed that we can perform. But, you know, playing against PSG, playing against getting a tough draw at AC Milan in our first game ever in the Champions League, not ever, but in so long, in eliminating Manchester City, eliminating Manchester United, beating Arsenal at home. You know, you can name all these matches, even losing at Liverpool at the end of the game in the beginning of the season. We played better. We deserved to win that game, and we made mental mistakes. But we did great. Nobody talked about 3 years ago. Nobody talked about we were hurt, we're injured, we're fatigued. You see what I'm saying? We only talk about that when we lose. And so we can't just be picking our battles and picking our responses, you know, according to what the result is. You see what I'm saying? So that's my take on that. I don't know if Ryan, if you want to say something about that, if you're right there, but you know, regardless, I just want to respond to that because I feel like, man, it's frustrating to some of our fans that they just, you know, they're okay with whatever happens. You know what I mean? And I'm not okay with that. I want to win. And that's not I mean being entitled. That's me believing in the team. If you told me that we played great and they beat us at the end, there's nothing I can say. But the way we've been losing, come on, man. But anyways, let me calm down. World of Football says, "Big up, bro. Keep up the content." By the way, if you need a Liverpool fan for the preview, if you're doing one, that'll be nice. Big up to you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Just keep up the amazing content. Ian says Bournemouth. That's where Ramsdale played or managed, or Eddie Howe managed Ramsdale rather. World of Football says, "Big up" on YouTube. Newcastle Stan, hope that JW back. Hope JW. Who's JW? Joe Willock. Joe Willock back for Sunderland. Yeah, hopefully he comes back on because you know we've been missing that guy wholeheartedly, believe it or not. Ian Davidson says, going forward, lads, do you trust the process? I do. Eddie and Jason Tyndall have been exceptional. They have. They have. They have. Listen, I think that they've gotten the job done to a certain extent. We've been getting better and better, I think that we just need to continue to get better. But along with the ride, you can enjoy it. But if we make mistakes, we got to be able to say it. We got to be able to criticize the team. This notion. Imagine if this fan base were in the position where Manchester United is. Manchester United, just to point them out, they are a terrible team. And imagine the amount of criticism that they get every single week. Imagine if we got that. Our fans would die. They couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't take if you criticize the team for some reason, if you believe that Eddie made a mistake or a player made a mistake, you are garbage. You are a Sunderland fan. You are, a Mike Ashley supporter. You are this, you are that. And it's nonsense. Nonsense, man. You are allowed to criticize your team and wish them well. So, it's incredible. Ian says Amanda never said that. And I do agree. I don't know when Amanda came out and said that we're okay being a mid-table team. That's BS to me, man. Are you lighting up a blunt, bro?
Yes, sir.
That's boy, I can see the gestures, man. And you know what I'm saying? I know what's happening. I know what's happening, man. Because after that rant, you're like, man, I got the light one up. But big up to you, brother. Big up to you, man. You say you're in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
New York City, man. I've been there before, man. I love New York. I wanted to move there, but damn rent, man. You gotta live with 10 people to freaking.
Don't
But
even.
I don't know what it's like now, but I know when I was thinking of moving, that rent was higher than you, brother.
Still is. It's higher than sucks.
But Ian says I'm a regular on our channel, Rainy Tune Talk. So if you want me to join your show, it will be a please, bro. Come on the show right now. You can come on, and there's a link in the description. Oh, you're on X. That's the problem. So yeah, you can come on YouTube. Um, damn, I can't even correspond with you. Let me go to the comment section on the Twitter thing, and I'll just drop a link there because I already dropped a link for everybody. But since you're on X, that's why you gotta join the YouTube, bro. You gotta join the YouTube, man. The YouTube universe. And let me just go to that right now and try to send the link to you this way. I'll put it on the comments right there. Let me see. I just put the link on StreamYard right there. So you can actually, yeah, it's literally right there. You can just join the link, bro. Join the link and let's talk about it 100%. Come on the show for sure, and you can have your say, brother. Okay, so we talked about we still got a transfer show to do, man. We talk about De Gea. We talk about I think De Gea should be the one if we need a goalkeeper. I mean, ultimately, it is what it is.
Long.
What'd you say?
I said long term wise, if we're just waiting for Pope to come back,
Yeah, yeah. But listen though, like I think De Gea just wants to play football. So he's not on that drama stuff that Ramsdale was on with his dad. So I feel like if he comes on, he'll do his job. And just by doing his job, listen, I don't know. He might take over Pope's job. I really rate De Gea, man. This notion that goalkeepers need to be Ronaldo and Messi together with their feet is bullshit to me. Bro, either you need to play with your hands, bro. If you're good with your hands, that's all I worry about. Look at Onana, look at Raya that they put him on basically for that. Arteta wasn't as
You talking
adamant.
about Pope?
Right. No, I'm talking about De Gea could potentially take Pope's job. I can see
Oh,
that. You know what I mean? Now, will that happen? Maybe
if he
not.
comes back in form, I can see that too.
Yeah, because De Gea is
Yeah,
not a bum, bro. De Gea is not a bum.
fantastic.
He hasn't played in a while, so that's kind of, we got to see what's happening there. But De Gea is not no punk, bro. I mean, you got to point that out. Newcastle stand says CB center back. You mean like a center back? Do we need a center back? I don't know. I mean, we got Shar. Shar's been there for a long time. And if you look at the line, if you look at the squad, we've
Yeah,
had players.
we do need
That,
new speed.
yeah,
Shar is getting there. Bauman is good. Bauman's a good addition, but look at who we have: Shar,
Bobby
Bauman,
Lascelles.
Dan Burn, Lascelles. Dan
Right.
Burn is not going to be it. Lascelles isn't top 3 person. You know what I'm saying? Barman is excellent. He's top 3. Shar is also, I feel, top 3, but he's getting older, so we need somebody soon.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, actually, to Ian Davidson, I posted a damn link on the wrong show, so on the wrong video. So let me put it again. Right there is the link in the description, brother. If you want to come on the show, there it is. And I just posted it on the live show right now. I apologize about that, but yeah, as far as center backs, I don't have anything as far as that, but I mean, yeah, you got Lascelles. To me, he should be a good backup. Botman should be a starter. Shar should be a starter. Maybe you can add one more. But I feel like this is the thing. I feel like when we add Dan Burn, well, actually, Newcastle thing right there says Dan Burn is a wash. Well, I mean, I could agree. I think he should be. He's a backup center back. That's what he is, man. You know what I
Damn,
mean? He's a backup center back.
Lascelles is better than Dan Burn in center back.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like that's my opinion. And people didn't agree with me for a while. The Dan Burn hype he was very good last season, but I don't know. He just was never really solid to me. I just always felt that with him.
But listen, the left back situation with Dan Burn, it was cool. It was cool to see. It was different, but that ain't gonna last, bro. That's not gonna last. That's not gonna last whatsoever. You saw it this weekend. It was really, really sad to see, and I think that the manager needs to know when he needs to make the right move. He should have subbed Dan Burn at halftime.
Eddie's seen Dan Burn getting skinned all season. Like he's seen the Carabao Cup. Anthony from United was skinning him the whole entire game. This is nothing.
Right. I'm gonna welcome Ian. He's been commenting. He's been interacting with us on Twitter. So big up to you, brother. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Okay, you?
We're doing. I'm good. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I appreciate you wanting to come on, brother. I see your jersey. Man, I'm the only one without a jersey. I got a bunch of right behind the desk. But unless
Yeah,
you
what
want,
season is that?
huh?
What season is that one?
Oh, his jersey, his shirt. What season is that, Ian? That shirt you got on? Oh, that's a newer one.
Oh, it's a new one. That's a new one. Okay.
That's a new one, man. I don't like. That's one thing. The first thing we need to do is get rid of Cat Store, man. I don't even know what the hell they sell, but we got to bring in. I think Adidas is going to be our new sponsor, right?
Yes,
Right.
we've secured a massive sponsor deal next for Adidas. I think it's going to be something along like 60 million a season. So
Man, that's great. That's great, man. That's an amazing thing. Like we're stepping up on different areas, and that's good. That's good. I'm good with that. We need to get the club back, where it should have never left. And maybe I don't know how old you are, brother, but I remember growing up, like Newcastle was the shit, man. Like they was top 4. Nobody else existed other than Newcastle, Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool, and we lost our way. You know what I'm saying? We lost our way, man, and we need to get back to that.
When I first started joining, it was like 2012 or 13. They had Ben Arfa. It was like a shaky season. He left, and then it was like I think we had Carver. We had Carver and manager because I think Pardue left for some reason. For whatever reason, but he was doing bad.
Yeah. What was that, Ian? I didn't hear you cut out there.
then through the Pardew and Carver times, were really, really poor times. They weren't good times. We've from Bobby Robson days, very many good times.
Yeah.
Then obviously the Ashley days were just absolutely terrible. We've just got him here. You've just got to remember this is special. Take your time and just realise Rome wasn't built in a day.
That is true.
This club will be built like Man City, quicker than what.
Do you think so? Do you really think so though? Because the FFP rules, I mean, we can't really do what City did, buy everybody on earth. Try to.
I really do. I think we've come on leaps and strides. Don't get me wrong. I thought last year we overachieved massively with the players that we've got, and I think we're suffering this season. I think we've signed good players in the summer, but just not enough to compete at the top level, which is costing us now. I think January's come at a right time. We've got injuries coming back, and obviously I think I was told on the 15th of December that there was already work done with Kalvin Phillips weeks before that to get him done early in the window. Obviously the injury to Nick Pope, I think it changed our direction a little bit. I think we'll go for a goalkeeper. We'll act late in the window for another forward, which I think we need another forward because I don't like. I've seen your comments before. I don't think Callem Wilson will leave simply because we've only got 2 forwards. I know Anthony Gordon is very versatile and he can play along the front, but losing Isak, losing Callem Wilson, we can't afford to go down to one striker. It's just suicidal.
Yeah, that is true. Well, what about Solanke? You like him?
Another player that's played under Eddie Howe. Again, I commented before with the goalkeeper with Ramsdale was on loan to Bournemouth, Eddie Howe.
Okay.
So at this present time, a player's playing in form. It's Solanke. It's a big, tall centre forward that will change our dimension, the way we play. There's not forwards about like how they play. It's only Ivan Toney, I think, is another big centre forward in them play. You've got to remember the forwards these days are quite lean, quick, versatile along the front. Gabriel Jesus, the Alvarez at Man City. There's not many like Haaland or Toney or your Solanke. So I can see why maybe go that way, but I very much doubt Solanke will be at Newcastle United. They'll go down the young route for a centre forward, but I think it'll be 2 players come in, which will be both. And late on in the window, I think a versatile forward, a young one as well.
Do you think that what should be the number one, position that we need to be looking for? Like, is it a forward? Is it? I mean, when you say forward, do you mean a winger from either end, or do you think a center forward? Because regardless, if Isak gets hurt, which we've seen that it can happen, it's only Callem Wilson, and who else plays there? For backup.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. I've spoken on my previous shows for time for about months. I believe we should strike right the way throughout the spine again. I believe we should go through centre half, right half. He's getting on. We need another player that's fantastic to play alongside Sven Botman. We need a central defensive midfielder, which obviously Kalvin Phillips fits that. If you look at the games previously, obviously against Luton, against Nottingham Forest, there were so many times where we had opposition players in our forward players, our box in the opposition's box, and we got counter-attacked. Gibbs White absolutely crucified us, and we did not have the defensive midfielder playing just to cover our back four. So a defensive midfielder, I think, is pivotal to what we have to buy. Again, going through the spine, I really think that a centre forward, a versatile centre forward, a young one that can either play through the middle or just off the right more than the left. So I think over on the left, because I just don't think Almiron's just quite strong enough to give us what we need to go going forward, I think.
He's definitely not getting the job done, is he? I mean, I thought he was going to be really great this season, but I mean, I don't know, man. I know you doing revisionism is not great either, but there are some plays that, especially, you remember that one against AC Milan where I was like, man, that just, it's hard not to. It's hard not to say I would have done this, or we should have, or he should have done that. You know what I mean? And it's easier said than done, of course. No, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't played football in in many years, so it's easier said than done. But regardless, man, at some point in time, you know, it got to take some accountability. Big up Jordice is on the chat right now. Newcastle Stan says we need a center back. Do you agree with that?
But like I said, I think you go back down where if because obviously Sven Botman back, who was a massive player back for us, and then he's getting on, right? And then obviously
Right.
got else. But I mean, when our players at centre halves have been injured, Jamal Lascelles has stepped up, and I thought he's done a fantastic job when not kicking the ball for a while. But going forward, we need a Sven Botman type player on the right hand side of our defence to take us.
Yeah. Are you? Is that you? Did you freeze or no? You finish your point, didn't you? Yeah. Jordice says it's definitely need a striker. Wilson isn't reliable, injured a lot. I mean, that is a fair point too. You know, maybe we need another striker. Solanke could be. You know, if we need to have a third striker, it wouldn't be bad either. I think that we just need to strengthen our players. We need to get better quality players, man. And that's not necessarily a dig at our current players, but I think that our current squad, got to be grateful, number one, but I think that they got us to where they could get us. You know what I mean? And I feel like they need support. I don't know that the Longstaff should be a starter for this team. You know, I struggle with that. I think he could be a great sub midfielder, but I think that we need, of course, Tonali would have been great there, but obviously things happen. And I think Bruno has been amazing this season. One of our best players, if not the best, to be honest with you. Lewis Miley is going to be there as well for future years, hopefully, unless somebody comes and snatches him. But you know, it's going to be an interesting how we finish this season. Of course, this month. Let me ask you this, because I asked everybody else when they were on. Let me ask you: this month is probably the hardest month we got all season, especially with the situation that we're living on right now. And so, how can we even get 3 points from somebody? What's the game for you? Aside from Sunderland, we have to beat them because it's a derby, and also because it would be nice to start competing for another, to replace the Carabao Cup. You know, maybe we get to the finals. Who knows? Even though it's it's hard to predict that right now. But regardless, between the Premier League matches, you got Manchester City, um, you got Liverpool away, and then you got Aston Villa away as well. What match do you even think that we can get 2-3 points from any of these matches?
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, man.
And everybody said that the start of the season was going to be tough. Our Champions League group was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Now you're going into another month that's going to be tough. Do you know, we've had a real rough start of the season, and you've got all the injuries as well. Do you know? And it goes to show that we've got heart, and we've got. I'm avoiding your question at the minute.
Yeah.
Just trying to. We've got probably the best teams in form, apart from Sunderland, in this month. If we get 3 points out of all them in a cup win, I'll be over the moon.
I agree with that. I think we can beat City at home, though. I mean, they're not the greatest City, even though they're still really good. But hey, it's at home. So the Newcastle stand says the same thing. We will win against Man City. Well, I'm not going to say we will, but I'm just saying we could. It's at home. They're not the best City right now. But, you know, if you look at the other matches, Aston Villa would be probably the most feasible team to match up against. But they're playing at home and we're playing away. And there's a big contrast on that as well. So, and of course, at Anfield, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man. That's going to be tough.
Anfield. It's one of them ones where when you've got the game in your scruff of your hands, like last year when we were at Anfield and Isak made his debut, look, we got the game took away from us, and then this year we got that took away from us, and it's just something It's just something about Liverpool which just doesn't seem.
That is true.
In there.
Yeah. Newcastle Stan says Allis, or who is that for right wing?
Yeah. That's Crystal. That's Alicia.
Is that Lee's here? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, but I think the Newcastle needs to focus on players that players that are more that other teams might be competing for. I'm not asking for Mbappe. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about players every that a Chelsea might want, or or they're not great this season. But I think you get the point, like that a Liverpool might be wanting, or an Arsenal. I think that we need to be getting those type of players to be able to up the quality of the team a little bit. But what are your thoughts on this guy that Newcastle Stan suggests?
Just remember, when you're going into a transfer window where Paul Dummett, Matt Ritchie, you've got 3 goal bench. So don't turn your noses up at if we're going to sign players that aren't quite fitting into another team, because they are Newcastle United.
Yep. That is true. Big up Toon Tactics TV. It says Chris, leave long stuff alone. Big up Philip from Toon Tactics TV, man. He's always on the show as well. And no, I mean, I don't have anything against long stuff, but look, we got to call it for what it is, though. I believe that he is not, for us to get to move forward. I don't think he should be starting for our team. I think he's great. I think he's really good, a really good footballer, and I appreciate that he's from Newcastle. I think that when it comes to that, Newcastle fans that live in Newcastle really take that in and love that, and I really do as well. Like Lewis Miley, like Lewis Hall has family. His father was a Newcastle fan, and also Dan Byrne is from there. So I get all that, but ultimately, man, it's about making the right moves to get to the promised land. And I'm not necessarily saying that he should be out of the team. I just don't think he should be starting. But when that's all you have, when you got injuries, it is what it is. That's just my personal opinion. So, but yeah, man, I big up Philip, man. Newcastle says we will win against Man City, and he says he linked with Man City last summer. He's probably talking about the forward that he suggested. But look, we're gonna call it off, man. It was a great stream, of course. I appreciate Ian coming on, Ryan, also Lewis. Are you from Newcastle, Ian?
Yeah, I'm from Newcastle, mate.
Oh man, Newcastle, that's crazy, man. I need to go visit Newcastle at some point in time. I was thinking about January, but
subscribe to my show, mate. So
yeah, just give me the link, man. Send me the link on Twitter. I will definitely be getting in contact with you the way we can collab more. You can come on the shows. And of course, if you ever need anything, we can make something happen as well.
You on my show as well, so
That's right. That's right. We can work something out, man. So we got to help all the Magpies that we can help. You know what I mean? You got to stick together, man. So my main goal is to bring Newcastle to the United States. We have a lot of fans here, though. Newcastle has a lot of fans in America. But
yeah.
I want to make it broad, more broad than what it is. So big up to everybody, of course. I appreciate everybody showing, smashing the like button. I appreciate Ian. I appreciate Ryan. I appreciate Lewis York from Newcastle as well. So I appreciate everybody. I'm going to call it off. And I won't be doing a live stream this week. I have to, go to another state. Got to go to Tennessee for the New Year. So we still celebrating holidays this week. But next week should be a normal week for everybody, for all the channels. So yeah, man, I appreciate everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.